Hi, everyone. We have author Raychell Pins here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, I am so glad to be here. I'm Rachel Pence. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm an author. I'm a mom of four wonderful sons. I'm a wife.
And what inspired you to start writing?
After my divorce, have you ever just felt lost? You
Mhm.
have everything in front of you, but you still kind of just feel like lost. Like, what's your purpose? What should you be doing? How should you be feeling about things? And I couldn't go to God because I was mad at him. I had decided that me and God was not friends no more, and I just wasn't gonna do him at all. And so I just was just battling with myself, and God was like, I can help you, right?
Mhm.
I always have your back, right? And I
Mhm.
was like, so I just started writing my biography. I started writing about how I felt being molested. Being molested, I think what people don't understand, when you're molested, somebody's taking something from you and then you can do nothing about it.
Mhm.
Right? And so that's why when people are molested, they're angry, right? Or they just that's why you find a lot of people who are molested, they're like prostitutes, so they do a lot of things because they lost something. And so that's pretty much how my book Own It came about. And it's called Own It, Take Your Life Back, because when you realize that nothing in life can change you or make you, you can make yourself. You can become and you can do anything you want to do once you own everything that you feel owns you. And somehow being molested, I was letting it own me. I used to fight in high school all the time, but I couldn't fight him. So
Mhm.
I would just fight through life, just fight. And but once you know who you are, what triggers you, what makes you think and act the way you are, once you own it, my life is just so much better. And so this is not even about me, y'all. I actually threw it in the trash. I threw it in the trash because I was like, why do you need to know what I went through to help you? You need to know what you need to know about yourself. So it's a workbook.
Okay.
It's a workbook. And it just asks you questions to trigger you to see where you are and see where you need to be and get you where you need to go.
Okay. And how long have you been writing?
Since I was like 12. I used to write all type of short stories when I was 12 because mind you, I came from a really bad place. And
Mhm.
so I used to writing was like a world for me.
Okay.
I write about this beautiful girl, this rich girl who had boyfriends and a daddy and had this great life. And so writing has always been my happy place.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of what I do now. Whenever I write something, it's usually because it means something. I wrote a children's book called Children Are Like Flowers. We have a lot in common.
Okay.
But that's because I own a daycare. And one of my kids came home and said they was getting picked on. And I was like, baby, you are beautiful. They said, no, I'm ugly. My hair nappy. I said, baby, have you seen all the flowers in the world? Some is short, some is little, some is flat. I say, you seen the flowers that just don't have nothing, all the things that flew off, but they still a flower, right? And so that's what inspired me to write that book.
Okay. And how many books have you wrote?
7?
Wow. Now, have you ever experienced writer's block?
No, not I. Only because I only write about what I care about.
Okay.
It's a passion. It's something when I'm just heck. I probably got too much writing. So I'm doing a book project, and I'm not gonna call it a writer. No, I'm at dancers. No, I've never experienced writer's block.
Okay. You're focusing on Own It, Take Your Life Back, or you want to talk about all your books? How do you want to do that?
Um, I'm focusing on it because I had did a book tour in 2016. I think it was 2018. And on my second book tour, I had a horrible seizure, and I never finished my book tour. And so with this COVID going on, I kind of been home more. And I was like, God was like, remember this book? Remember the people lives that's supposed to be getting saved? And I was like, okay, God. He's like, can we go back there?
Okay.
can, and so I just dedicating the next 6 months, every show I'm just going to dedicate to getting on it out. I have a lot of projects going on. But I mean, we could sit all day with all the things that I do. Okay. But I'm just going to focus on it because I know that there's so many broken people, so many lost people, so many people who would like to talk about it, but don't really know how it be received.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. Open the book and ask your own self questions and write them down and get to know who you are.
Okay. And how did you come up with the cover?
It's if you, I don't know how good you can see it, but it's a lady crying.
Okay.
And then it's a lady smiling.
Okay.
And this is how we we live our life all the time. We really do. You or mine, we want to cry inside, we're gonna be doing what? Smiling, going through life.
Yep.
That's just how we are. And so I just want y'all to know, just like we can pretend to be happy, we can really be happy. Once we just take our life back. I think we give people too much power. Like, oh, if he didn't go to jail, that's not fair. Baby, you don't have to go to jail when you wrong me. I just gotta know that you wronged me. I have to acknowledge it and I'm over it. Not over it as in it's okay that you're free, but I'm over that those shackles don't hold me down. I don't have to go out here fighting people to prove what? It's getting me nowhere. You know, just a lot of stuff that I feel like Own It will let people see themselves and they can grow from it.
Where were you at when I was younger?
Girl, probably needing to own it.
And how long did it take you to finish this book?
I woke up for like 4 months in a row.
Okay.
It took 3 months to just write it. And then the last month I threw it in the trash and I rewrote this one in a month.
Wow.
Yeah, because my book freed me, but it hurt when I first came to my book. I was like, let me tell you what you did to me. Let me tell you what you did to me. Let me tell you, because it's my truth. When my mom and my dad separated, it hurt me. I don't care about what you was going through as an adult. As a child, my playhouse, my going to school, my serenity, my life was torn up. I'm not asking you why you did it. I'm telling you how it affected me. And I think sometimes we want people to admit that something hurt us. And when they don't, we can't heal. Baby, you can heal without somebody admit. You don't even have to admit that you're wrong. I'm going to heal. I'm over it. I'm okay. That long as I release what happened to me in my past out, I'm good with me. I'm good. And some people need to be good.
Yes. Yes. And where can we purchase your book?
So you can go to www.myname, which is raychellpens.com, RAYCHELL pens.com. I know I told you I was doing one book, but I have to drop in Dream Plan Do. It's a vision board planner. You do not have to get the one with Kamala Harris on it. This is my new one that I just came out with. But tying into owning it. Have you ever done a vision board?
No.
Well, a lot of people do, and they be so pretty and they be on a wall and then they never go back and look at it. And I feel like that's where that gap is. And so I made it to where your vision board, you carry it with you. So you can actually make you a beautiful one, that's fine too. But this one you carry with you. And so you add it to your weekly and your monthly and your yearly goals because now it's tangible.
Okay.
No, just everything I do is pretty much just I'm a health coach. I'm a life coach. I try to help and build people up. That's just what I do.
And you have 2 covers for that book?
I have 17, I think. So when people order them online, I just send them the different covers that I have. I'm very creative, bro. I like just different stuff. And then they just pick one and I just mail it off to them.
Okay. And everything can be purchased off your website?
I have a few books on Amazon and it's under my name. Just go to Amazon.com and put in Raychell Pens. And I think I have 3 books on there.
Okay. And are you self-published?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How was that process for you?
Well, see, I like to know a lot. So it was great for me. Okay. I like to know everything, you know. So would I self-publish next time? I just will, because I have a brand new project that's out I don't think it's ever been done. And so I'm still working the kinks. I have 12 authors. We all wrote one book. Okay. Not the other books like people write. You know, I'm in a book that people wrote too, but everybody has their own chapter. No, our book is connected to each other. So I started chapter 1, and so I did 2, 3, 4. It's super amazing. It's so cute. And some people be like, I'm not really sure. That's okay. I'll figure out how it's going to go then. Don't worry about it. So
well, definitely keep us posted on that one. That one sounds good too.
It is good. Then you be like, oh, she should do this. And a person be like, this not your turn. This ain't your turn. You broke them up. I'm sad. They was in love. I thought they was in love, you know. So you never know what the ending will be like because you're dealing with 12 different people with 12. It's yeah. I'm super excited. It should be out in 2 months.
Okay, that's what's up.
And no, I don't have a book cover and I don't have a name because you know we all have to vote and come up. And 2, we gotta figure out what the heck is gonna happen before we come up with a name.
Right, right. How do you think being a writer has helped you as a person?
Oh my God, it saved my life. It saved my life. When I was younger, of course I didn't know then, but it saved my life then. You know, when my life was bad, I would just go and write stories about, and I didn't know it, but it was stories about where I would want to be, who I would want to be, you know, in a better destination, a better place. And now that I wrote on it freed me. Like, I don't think sometimes we don't own a lot of things that happen to us. Like, let's say we're in a bad relationship and we blame it on him, right? I don't think that we don't realize that blaming him didn't help us.
Right.
Let's go ahead and own up to it. I picked him, right? It's so hard to put them eyes, but when you start owning those eyes, whew, now I don't have to pick him no more.
Right.
I don't have to do that no more. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Okay. And are you a reader as well?
I'm not.
Okay.
And you know what? At first, I was like, it's so many things I want to read, but then I own Penn's Financial Services. So I'm a tax repair and I do credit repair. So any extra time I have, I'm either educating myself on tax law, the new credit laws that's coming out. I own the daycare from 2009 until this year. So now I don't have that baby, but that baby consuming my childcare center. And so what else do I? So I do body sculpting. So I'm a health coach. So I spend a lot of my time. I like to research. So it's not that I don't want to read. Sometimes I feel so bad. People are like, where should I read your book? And I got one. I was like, oh, I buy it. But I know I'm reading. But I don't lie though. I'm not gonna tell them. I'm not gonna. If you keep asking me, I read. I'm gonna be honest and tell you no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I read it because I feel like that's not gonna do you any justice.
Okay.
So honestly, do I read? I don't.
Okay.
And it's not that I don't want to. I just don't have the time. If I'm not educating myself on one of my positions that I'm doing, I'm in 2 book projects right now. So I just don't have the time. I know there's some great authors out there. I love you guys.
Now, your very first book that you published was what?
Was it? That's a shame. I think it was Mangled. It was a love story. It was just, honestly, I just wanted to see if I would do it. Okay. You know, it was like, I'm going to do it. And I just wrote it out and I was like, you know what? It wasn't Mangled. It was My Diary, part 1. And so after I wrote it, I was like, yes, I'm an author. You can't take that from me, right? Like, I have a new title. But what made me want to do the book project that I'm doing now is because my girlfriend's like, she should have did this. This should have happened. This should have happened. Oh, this should have happened. I said, well, you know what? The next book I write, you make that happen.
Okay.
You know? And that's a great thing about being an author. You can make anything happen. You know?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, are you on social media?
I am.
Where can we find you?
So on Facebook, I'm Raychell Gamble Pens because my maiden name is Gamble, and I knew a lot of people would know me by Gamble. So I'm Raychell Gamble Pens on Facebook, and then on Instagram, I'm Miss Pens, MRS Pens. Girl, I don't know what I am on some other stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm Raychell Pens.
Okay. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. You was a great pleasure. It was a pleasure.